decorators are coming to JavaScript, and they're going to be awesome. And I say it in the future tense because they're part of ES7, and they're not by default part of Babel. However, they are experimentally available. And so you can turn them on in the Try It Out section of Babel by clicking the experimental checkbox. And as we'll see next time when we look at Ember computed decorators, there are ways to turn it on in Ember. Alright, so let's explore how decorators work. And we're going to do that by starting off with the canonical example. So here we have an ES6 class, and it's been given the method name. And that returns the first name and the last name concatenated together. So we can exercise this by creating a person, and then assigning first and last names to it, and then logging out the name. Fairly straightforward example. However, let's say we had a problem. There's someone who had access to this, and they kept on overwriting the name function. So as you can see, we're overwriting the name function and outputting hacked. So we'd want to make this name function read-only. How do we do this? So it's going to end up looking like this. This is a decorator. And what it does, you can recognize it by the @ symbol, and it will say, all right, we're going to use the function called read-only, and it's going to apply to whatever is right after it. In this case, the name method. So it's a method that takes a method and changes it. So read-only is going to just be a function, a regular function, and it's going to take a target, a name, and a description. Those are the 3 arguments. And for now, let's just log out what those are. So here we can see that the target is the person class. And then the name is, funnily enough, name, because that's what the method is. So it's the name of the method. And then the description here, it's this object. It has 3 booleans, configurable, enumerable, and writable, as well as a value, which happens to be that function, the function that we've given it here. And so what we're going to want to do to make this read-only is, here we can change writable. So description.writable equals false. And then we'll just return the description. What we'll find here is that now we have the error cannot assign to read-only property name of object, which is the person. And we comment that out, it's back to normal. So now our code is preventing us from overwriting that method. And it's doing that because we have the read-only decorator. If we cross this off, we'll see that we can be hacked again. Of course, overwriting just one of these booleans isn't all you can do. You can also mess with the value, change how the function actually works. We'll do that. So instead of read-only, let's do something fluent. Now, we won't define fluent right away. What we're going to do is set up a few more methods. There'll be sayName and setName. So sayName will just say the name, it'll log it out, and then setName will set the first and last name using the 2 things that we give it. And both of these will be fluent once we comment those back in. Now, here's how we use these. So instead of setting these directly, we'll use setName, and we'll give it hello and world. And then instead of logging it out, we can call sayName, and once again, scopes bite us. All right, so we're saying the name. But what if we wanted to do this in a jQuery like Fluent syntax? Currently, we can't because it acts as if this is undefined. Our solution to this will be the Fluent decorator, which I did steal mostly from this YouTube video. So you can go ahead and watch this afterwards if you like. So our Fluent function will, of course, take the target name and the description. And then we're going to go ahead and save the function off of descriptor.value. So we're saving the original function. And then we're going to overwrite the descriptor.value with a new function. First, we're going to give it all the arguments, target name and description, but we're going to do something a little different. So we're going to apply this first, And then we're just going to return the target. So previously, I believe it was string function.apply, but now we're also returning the target. And so if we set these to fluent, I will rename these, and we can see that it's now working. So setName will return the person, the target, to here. And so we're calling sayName on the person, the target. And we can even set name again to goodbye tacos. You may think that's sad, but they're going goodbye because we're eating them. So it's happy. All right, and so it says hello world, and then it sets the name and says goodbye tacos. So we have successfully created a fluent decorator. I think those two examples can give you a fairly good idea of how to get started using decorators. In the next episode, we'll learn how to use the Ember Computed Decorators add-on, which has some cool decorators already built in. I'll see you then. I think those two examples can give you a fairly good idea of how to get started using decorators. In the next episode, we'll learn how to use the Ember Computed Decorators add-on, which has some cool decorators already built in. I'll see you then.